my most amazing artist. I hope you are having an awesome day today. And welcome to a brand new project. This project is inspired by the book by Mr. Leo Leone, and the book is called Pezzettino. Pezzettino is Italian for little piece. And in the book, the illustrations show a lot of colorful squares. So we're going to work on a background today using tissue paper that I have cut into squares for us. You can make them smaller or you can make them larger. That's totally up to what you want your artwork to look like if you're doing this at home. And I have some water because this is actually bleeding tissue paper. So what's going to happen when I put water on top of this? The color from the tissue paper is going to bleed into my paper, and it's going to create a really fun, beautiful, colorful background. To do this, I also have a paintbrush to apply the water, and I have a pencil to write my name because that's the first thing we need to do is write our name anywhere you want to on your paper, and then you're going to flip it over so now your name is on the back. And last but not least, I have a messy mat under my work so I don't get any mess on my table. Alright, that's all we're going to need today, so let's go ahead and get started. So at your table for my face-to-face students, you are going to have a tray and some water cups at your table. Everybody's going to get their own water cup, but we have to share these squares. So please make sure you are being a good friend and sharing with your table friends. Okay, so you can choose any color you want to. I think I'll start with red, and you can put this anywhere you want to on your paper. I like to start up here in the top corner, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this tissue paper down, and I'm going to take my water from my water cup, and I'm just going to dip my paintbrush in there, just get a little bit of water, and then I'm going to start painting the water on top of that square. And what this is going to do is the water is making that color from the tissue paper bleed into our paper, and once this dries it's going to have a very beautiful effect for our background. We have to go very slow when we do this because we don't want that tissue paper to wrinkle up or move around. So let me choose another color. Let's do blue next. And like I said, you can do this anywhere you want to on your paper, but I'm just gonna put my squares right next to each other because that is easiest for me. So I'm done with my red one now. I fully covered it with water. Don't leave any dry spots. We wanna make sure every single tissue paper is nice and wet with water. And don't forget to hold this tissue paper down as you are painting water on top, because if you don't, then it might start to wrinkle and it might start to move around. So we really have to go slow while we're doing this so that our tissue paper doesn't move. All right, I just covered my blue square with water, and I'm double checking to make sure I don't see any dry spaces. We really want every single area to be covered with water. All right, so my next color is pink. I'm gonna hold it down in place at first, grab some water with my paintbrush, and gently paint the water on top of your tissue paper. And while I'm doing this, I'm making sure to really take care of my beautiful paintbrush. Our paintbrush is like a ballerina. She likes to dance on her tippy toes. She doesn't want to dance squish down on her tippy toes. That means you are squishing the hair up here down, and we don't want to do that because then we will break her tippy toes and we will mess up our paintbrush. So while you're using your paintbrush today, please make sure you are taking care of it and not breaking her ballerina tippy toes. Your paintbrush should dance across your paper just like a ballerina would dance on a stage. So I'm being very gentle and I'm taking my time. And this orange piece is actually hanging off of my paper, and that's totally fine. I'm just gonna ignore that because after this dries, the tissue paper is gonna come up and you will see the color underneath. Let's do one more together. Let's try purple. I think purple would look pretty. And I filled up my first row because this is how I've decided to put my squares on, but you could do it however you want to. And you might notice I'm putting my colors right next to each other. You can overlap them a little bit if you want to. That means I'm putting one color on top of another color. And you can do that too if that's how you want your background to look. And there's my purple done. While you're doing this, are you going to squish your paintbrush's tippy toes? No, we don't want to do that. Please don't break her little tippy toes. If you're squishing her tippy toes, and that shows Miss M you are not ready to use a paintbrush yet. So please make sure you are taking care of your beautiful ballerina paintbrush. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and do the same thing that I've done up here all the way down my paper until I have no more white space. And I will be right back to show you what it looks like when I'm done. I just finished covering my entire paper with these beautiful colorful squares. Now this is very wet right now, so we don't want to touch it because watch what happens. Oh, we get color on our fingers and we don't want to do that. So don't touch any of the squares. We will look at it after it dries next week and you'll get to see all the beautiful colors showing up on your paper. I hope you guys have a lot of fun creating this beautiful, colorful background. I can't wait to see how yours turns out. I know it's going to be amazing because you guys are amazing. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.